Hi everyone, it's Laura Volpes for Scrapbook.com, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to create some beautiful card designs using pocket cards. I used cards from the wedding pack by Scrapbook.com and I paired them with the Boho paper pad with these gorgeous colors that match the cards perfectly, and then I also used the spring animal stamp sets for my focal points. For my first card, I chose this wood grain pattern and I cut it to 3 3/4 by 5 inches so that I could layer it on top of my card base from the Boho paper pad by Scrapbook.com. For my focal panel, I used one of the pocket cards in the smaller size and I rounded the corners with my corner chomper by We Are Memory Keepers just to give the design a little bit of an extra touch. I adhered everything together and I decided to add some dimension, and because of that I am adhering the focal panel with some double-sided foam sheets on top of my card base. For my sentiment, I used one of the sentiment stamps in the Spring Animals stamp set and I stamped it in the center of that circle that we have on our design. This pocket card was just perfect for my card. I moved on and worked on the image, and for this one I decided to go with the fox. The reason why I chose the fox is that I could color it with some warm tones and I'm using Illustrator markers for that, and the warm tones of the fox are going to create a nice contrast with the cool palette of my card base, just for a little bit of a pop of color. I'm going through the coloring quite fast here as it's very simple, and you can use of course the coloring medium of your choice, and once I was done coloring I trimmed the image with my scissors. I'm leaving a little bit of a white border all around to mimic the look of a die cut, and then once I was done I could adhere the image to my card base. I'm using my Scrapbook.com smart glue for that and I am adhering the fox so that it looks at the sentiment, as I think that's a really sweet touch. I used pops of colors in the color orange Sherbet to bring a little bit more of those warm tones to my card design, and this is my first card for today. For my second card, I still went with the card base from the Boho paper pad and 2 journaling cards that I'm going to use to create my design. Also in this case, I rounded the corners of my focal point with the corner chomper, but I only rounded 2, so 2 at the opposite corners of the journaling card. I adhered everything together, and again I'm going to use some foam tape for added dimension, and you can see how quick and easy it is to create some really gorgeous cards using these pocket cards. They even basically come with the sentiments and all you need to do is to add the cute image if you're into cute critters. I know I am, so I adhered the bear again from the Spring Animal stamp set, and I'm going to use some pops of color, in this case in the color soft pink, to add some accents to the card. And here's card number 2. For my third card, I mixed things up a little bit and I decided to round the corners of the base panel too. The 3x2 journaling card that I used for my focal panel has this gorgeous floral design and I decided to add some color, again using my Illustrator markers. I'm going for some shades of soft pink to match the base of my card, and then I colored in the leaves as well. I decided to mat this with another journaling card, and this one is going to have a wood grain pattern, and I decided to do this just because the front panel was getting a little bit lost on my card design. My corner chomper is going to help me again to bring even more interest to this card, and also in this case I am just going to round the top right and bottom left corner of my panels using the 1/4 of an inch side of the corner chomper. For this card too, I decided to add the bear and I finished it off with some pops of color like I did for the other 3 cards, but before that I decided to add a little bit more color to the card front by coloring that big heart there with one of my Spectrum Noir markers. And you see, super easy cards but really pretty. You can visit the description box down below for a list of all the supplies I used, and I hope you got inspired and I wish you all a wonderful day.